Let's see there. Let's see what we need. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. We're live. I am so glad that you joined us this morning. We are going to talk about, on this fantastic first day of summer, we're going to talk about iron sharpens iron. And we're going to talk about it right back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the M.E.N network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us this morning on Let's Talk About It. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And I am Brian K. McNeill, and this show is called Let's Talk About It. Today is June 21st. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things we all know is June 21st is the first official day of summer.
It's the first day of summer.
Now, today's topic, we had 3 in mind.
Isn't it also the longest day of the year?
Summer solstice is what they call that thing. I'm not sure if this today or not, but maybe one of our amazing people here would tell us. Go to the comments, please.
Comments.
Mm-hmm. Maybe one of you guys know, is this supposedly the longest day of the year? But today is the first day of summer.
Good morning, Tim. Thank you for joining us this morning. I know Brian has already checked the weather. I don't check the weather.
I did check the weather, man. It's supposed to be hot as, it says officially hot as hell. I mean, by noon today, it's going to feel like 98 degrees outside here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Are you kidding me? What's up, Tim? How you doing, man?
I plan to go swimming today.
You do?
Yes, I actually have a swimming appointment.
An appointment to go swimming. How about that?
I'm going to meet someone swimming at 1 o'clock, and then I'm going to get my feet done at 3 o'clock.
You're going to meet the same person? Y'all going to get your feet done at the same time, too? The same person?
Yes.
So now I know who it is, because she got one of those partners that she does that thing with. Okay. Wow. So that's good. So you can go and do that. Tim, this is the first day of summer. What does that mean to you? Can you remember all the times of the summer break where you lost to me one-on-one, or you lost to me in a foot race, or you lost to me in spades, or you lost to me in pool, or you lost to me in boxing, anything? Can you remember all those fun times, Tim?
Hey, Glenda, darling. Tim was laughing. Glenda, you would join me for some pool time? I welcome it. I know you're here in Charlotte.
That's right, she is.
She works. During the school year, I think she does. She teaches, but I'm thinking maybe you're out. So give me a call.
And Crystal Blake is in the air.
Hey, Crystal, it must be Tuesday.
Crystal Blake is everywhere. What's up, girl? How you doing? You know,
Tim said, I remember whooping yo.
You can't.
Whooping you a lot.
He never whooped me in anything, baby. I'm like 2 years older than him, and I am. I'm like 2 years older than Tim. I was a better athlete. I was better looking, smarter. All that.
Tim, you know what you get to say now? I am younger. Right? That's what always happens. That's what always happens.
And Tim, the older I get, the greater this legend is going to become. That's how it goes, man. You know, I was an awesome basketball player, and the older I get, the better basketball player I was.
Awesomer.
I'm saying. Remember that time I scored 100 points in a game?
Of course.
That didn't never happen.
Of course.
But by the time, if I make it to 90, that's how many points it'll be.
Yeah. Just like Cat Williams' skit.
About Joe Biden.
By the end of the skit, he was 99 years old.
Yes. Good morning, Crystal. their first day of summer. First day of summer, beginning of the second quarter of the year. Third quarter of the year.
Hey, Brenda, beautiful. Brenda is on the line today. We're glad to see you.
Brenda Booker Bull is her real name, but Lisa just said Brenda Beautiful because she is, and she's smart too. I always say she's the smartest real estate agent I ever met.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to this quick turnaround because I know she is going to be rocking out the house she's just put on the market. I know it's going to go. It's a beautiful house and a beautiful agent, and the anointing is on it. He's already intervened on that. Tim said you was a good player, but I whooped you several
Never,
times.
ever. I know what members of the family has ever beat me in a game of one-on-one. Only David Lee Harrington has beat me before. And I remember I bust your brother Kenny up bad at basketball practice. We was on the same team. It was a team with me, David, and Kenny on the same team. And the coach had us run this one-on-one drill. And I didn't have my glasses. And I couldn't see that well for the outside. So I didn't shoot any outside shots. I just drove on Kenny over and over again. And I'm not lying. I was bullying him too.
He lying.
I was bullying him. I just kept backing him down because I was heavier than him. I was not fat, but I was heavier than Kenny. Kenny was skinny as a rail. I was backing his butt down, bumping him, just scoring.
I know you bumped me one more time. I'm gonna bump you back.
I was demonstrating what I was doing, and even David Lee said, "Kenny, he busting you." I'll never forget that. But I couldn't shoot up front. I didn't want to shoot from the outside, so I just kept taking him down and putting my butt on him. So anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. First day of the summer. Now, today is also the third Tuesday of the month. The third Tuesday of the month is when we host Male Empowerment Networks and Women Empowerment Networks.
Tonight at 7 p.m. Virtually. So you can join us from everywhere in the world and come and be uplifted, inspired, motivated with the ladies, solo ladies in our room, 7 p.m. Or in the men's room, there's only men.
Yes. In the men's room tonight, we're talking about iron sharpening iron. Men helping men. Good men helping other men become good men. Professional men that have a skill in a particular area, helping others to get a skill in the same area. We're talking tonight at 7 p.m. Iron Sharpening Iron. Again, it's virtual. You just simply go to maleempowermentnetworks.com.
Yay, Glenda!
So you got 3 of y'all now? I'm definitely not going to be there for that.
I hit you on the phone. I wasn't inviting you.
My.
I hit you on the phone. I'll text you with the address to the pool at the time. We're going to get our pedicures done afterwards. If you want to join for that, you can join for that.
By the way, Lisa, did you have a Facebook group called When Women Empowerment Networks Facebook group? You know what happened to that, right? They robbed it this morning. They stole that group too. So you want to tell your ladies tonight about the Facebook group. Some Yoli Tran Yans took it. Okay. And they're changing the name of it too. They haven't changed the name yet, but they took it. Okay, today.
That's crazy.
Yep. Facebook groups, man, it's terrible. Right now, Facebook doesn't like me. They haven't liked me for a long time because they won't let me share my email address. They won't let me share my website anywhere on Facebook because I don't know why. And for the last month or so, I can't even post in anybody else's group. I can only comment on someone else's post, not even my own groups. So, and they don't give me any recourses to figuring out why that is or fighting that decision.
Wow.
Yep. So, first day of summer. Okay. Iron sharpening iron and living your life. I think I want to lift off from living your life.
Living my blessed life.
And what does that mean? To live your life, Lisa.
Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Did y'all see what she was just filling with?
Earring.
These beautiful earrings. Check it out, y'all. Show the earring again, baby. My pretty wife, she actually made these pretty earrings last night here in our home. She used some of the tools we had here, and she built these beautiful earrings last night.
Yeah.
Huh?
I built them.
I think they're pretty, especially turn your head so they can see the other one. Look, boom, boom. Look, see? She made these things. How cool is that? You having a problem with it?
Yeah. I didn't glue this one. I glued the other one.
Okay.
I mean, Not glue, what you call it.
So you can rock one today. It's up to you. But she made them. And yesterday morning she came on the show and said, I'm feeling creative today. I might create something today. And that's what came out of it. How about that?
I did some extra. I actually, I blinged my bud case. I blinged it some more. But I forgot that you got to remember to make your bling bud case openable.
Yeah.
The glue got sucked in it and it was closed, and I almost lost it, but I had to pry it open.
Well, you pried it open. So now we're going back to the lecture at hand. What does it mean to live your life, not someone else's life for you? I had an interesting conversation with a young man who's like 24 or 25, I think is how old he is. And he told me that his dad says to him, you don't really want to work, do you? Okay, that's what his dad is saying to him. You don't want to work. And what this young man was saying to me, he wants to work, but he wants to work in his own business. Mm-hmm. He don't want to work for another company. So his dad was like not understanding that. This young man believes he has gifts, skills, and talents that he wants to use in his own business. He don't want to work for anybody else. And I told him, I can understand what you're saying.
Happy today, Bill. Thanks for joining.
But it would be irresponsible for me to tell you that the entrepreneurial life that you say you desire is fraught with ups and downs. There's some pits in this thing. This thing is not smooth, and it's not for the meek. I mean, you have to bleed. He says, yeah, but you work for yourself. That's true. I worked for myself for a long time, but I've had some downs, man, some real bad downs, and not just ups. It's not just ups ups, it's downs too. And it's not for everybody. You got to be willing to go through that kind of thing. So I wanted to make sure that I drummed that into him. Why are you shaking your head, baby?
So I think a man entrepreneur and a woman entrepreneur, particularly a woman entrepreneur with children, has a very different road ahead of them.
Oh, this is good. She's mentioned this before, and I understand where she's going, but please go ahead and make your point.
And I actually think a man with a family and a woman with a family have two very different entrepreneurial roads ahead of them as well.
Good morning, William Brown. Go ahead.
To the degree that I fully believe in passion, I fully believe in purpose. I fully believe that people are supposed to fulfill what it was that they were sent here to do.
Okay.
But I also believe that there is a certain responsibility.
Amen. We heard the butt coming.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
But if you're a man with a wife and with children and a mortgage and car payments, or even rent and car payments, you may not be able to go forth with your dream right now, or at least not the way you want.
Maybe not the way you want. And the thing is, people do suffer as a result of finding that balance, because you're trying to be you desire to be fulfilling all these things, but at the same time, somebody else is going to take a short, because in that process, if you think about all of the long-term relationships, even that we know, if you think about Steve Harvey, if you think about Les Brown, if you think about any of the successes, there were a lot of failures on the way, and those failures were not. That's what I was going to say. They were not for lack of love, and they were not for lack of commitment.
Right.
They were for diversity in vision at that moment, because I don't care what your vision is, I don't care what your goal is, somebody got to put some food and a roof over those kids' heads and in their bellies.
See, here's the thing too, this is a rub, because it's not all down. Okay, there are some ups too.
There are.
Like I know a situation where a man went into business for himself, and his first month out he made $11,000, and then the second month out he made $900. And his wife was not happy with that. You know, wait a minute, maybe ups and downs like this. I don't like this. I need a guarantee. Now, the way he looked at it was, I done made 12 grand in 2 months time.
And that's wonderful.
And she was looking at it like, we can't live like this with this uncertainty.
We need consistency for these children.
But he was trying to. So he was trying to get consistency, and it didn't happen consistently right away.
Right.
And it was a problem in that household. Okay. And she even lamented, look, I don't even know how to be an entrepreneur's wife.
Absolutely.
She didn't know how to do it. She wished that there was books on it.
Even
how to be an entrepreneur's wife.
The truth of the matter is, all the love and all the support, and when I'm talking about support, I'm not just talking about rah, yay, you're going to do it. I'm talking about she's taking a job and holding things down while he's fulfilling his whatever it is, his talking, his comedy, his acting, his whatever, right?
Whatever his business is, his restaurant,
whatever it is,
right.
Somebody has got to be funding the revolution.
I know a couple right now. They've been married for maybe 12, 13 years. They got a great, loving relationship. But when they first got together, he was working for a company. And then he decided to open up a restaurant. And he wanted her to support him in his restaurant, okay? So she was working her job and supporting the restaurant too. And the restaurant struggled for many, many years. They were open, but not making no money. And it was a problem, but they toughed it out. Mm-hmm. So now the restaurant's turning a profit. Now it's going pretty good. But when they harken back on those beginning days, it was very difficult. They had times where bills were way behind. Okay.
Yes.
But the vision that he had for his family was worth fighting for. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. You can have that vision. And the woman can have that vision with you. Let me tell you this. This is why
Good morning, Mary Burton. How you doing?
This is why I think first marriages or first wives and second wives in the process, I don't care where you at in the process. When he makes it, honey, come back and get you some. And the current wife owes it to you.
What?
Because I'm telling you.
What?
I'm telling you.
She's finished.
No, she's not finished. She couldn't make it to the end because she had to carry some of those other responsibilities that you were able to step away from in pursuit of what it is you desire.
Why it gotta be me?
What do you mean why it gotta be you?
You were able to step away from.
It doesn't have to be you literally, but I'm not talking about just still going back to take care of the kids or going back to finance the children. I'm talking about that there should be some way to repay the people that sold into you,
the sacrifices she made, all that stuff.
That's why I will not accept any negative talk about any of the previous wives. I will not accept it because not only is she my sister wife, and I don't let nobody.
Would you stop trying to make it me?
Like it don't have to be you.
God,
but I'm saying
it ain't about me.
How you know it ain't about
you?
Did
I say it was my situation?
It don't have to be you. But I'm saying it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact it's not about being able to stick in there or hang in there. When you got little chicks that are standing by, that might be out in the cold and that might be hungry, I don't care how much I am. Team Brian, I don't care how much.
Why it's gotta be me?
I don't care how much I am. Team Les Brown, I don't care how much I am. Team Steve Harvey, I don't care. There's gonna be a time, and I am entrepreneurial. I have been touted as the wife that gets it, but my kids are grown. And so there are some sacrifices. I can live under a bridge with my husband. I promise you, if my children were small, that I don't care how much I love him, I am not living under a bridge with my children. Okay. So that whole you need somebody who's entrepreneurial minded. There's a bit of a glitch in that.
It is a glitch.
There's a bit of a glitch in that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really important that we afford the understanding and not write them off as she didn't support my dream or she didn't help me and she had chicks. She had a house full of baby chicks to make sure that provision was made for. And yes, you are great. And yes, $12,000 a month is fantastic. But $0 a month for the next month, or $900 a month that could barely cover this, or even too many spaces between that. It's not to say that it's not a worthy cause, but it's the type of thing that young men and young women take that journey in independence. Because when you're taking that journey and bringing someone along who hasn't signed up for that, it is unfair to them.
Ooh. Now, did Lisa preach this morning? Have we not heard a word? Did she drop the mic? Actually, this is a subject that she knows very, very well, and she can speak on it well, too. There is a glitch in that situation, too, especially if it's a young person. It's such a hard glitch, too, and it's like a chasm, because on the one hand, you want him to go for it. Okay?
Go for it.
But on the other hand, you want him to take care of his home first. And even if that means taking a job that you don't like, okay? And sometimes you take the job you don't like for longer than you want.
Do what you do.
Do what you got to do, right? Until the way I resolve it, the way I make peace with it is, if you got to take a job, take the job. I have a workshop I give and a speech I give called Your Thing versus Your Thang, okay? Your thing versus your thang, your THING versus your THANG. Your thing is the thing that you do to keep your ship moving, to keep the household paid, the job.
Yeah.
The thing you do so that you can pay for your stuff, that's your thing. I work at the cell phone store. That's the thing, okay? Now, your thang is the thing that you imagine yourself doing with your life. I want to be a stand-up comedian, for example. So if he wants to be a stand-up comedian, but he has a household to maintain, I tell people to keep doing your thing, but do not neglect. That's the another rub. Do not neglect your thing. So if you're wanting to be a stand-up comedian or a professional singer or actress or whatever it is, but you have a job, keep your job, but still do your thing when you can.
And that means you're going to be tired, but you want it.
But it's a price you pay.
That's right.
You got to be willing to pay that price. But do you go to comedy clubs? Do you go to open mics? Do you know other comedians in the game? Do you meet them in a favorite way? Do you offer assistance? You do that when you can, but don't let go of your thing until you can do your thing. And if you don't neglect your thing, eventually your thing can replace your thing, which is the right way to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes, I was going to say balance, but it's not balance.
I think it takes
juggling,
toughness.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of toughness.
Yeah.
If one of my nieces and nephews, and I have several of them like this, they reach out to Uncle Brian and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do this kind of thing. I add a boy of them. I add a girl of them. I say, good job. Yes, I think you should. However, I want you to know that it's not easy. Okay. I want to prepare them as much as I can because it's going to be a fight. You know, it's going to be a fight. And especially when you're full-time entrepreneurial. Let me tell you, and I think Lisa will agree with this point, but I think your business will ask you a question, a very clear, basic question, if you're a full-time entrepreneur. And the question is going to be, how much pain are you willing to take before you quit? Your business is going to ask you that question in a lot of different ways. How much pain are you willing to take before you quit? Because the business is going to test you. It's going to test your tolerance level. It's going to test your intellect. It's going to test your creativity. It's going to test your drive, and it's going to test your pain threshold as well.
It will also ask you how much are you willing to give?
And it'll ask you how much are you willing to give. And I don't believe you can get away with not answering that question.
Yeah.
You have to answer it. And until you get to the place, okay, for example, some entrepreneurs will say, I'm willing to take this much pain. And when this happens, I'm going to stop my business and go back. Okay. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get to that pain. But when you get to the place, when you've had enough bumps and bruises and sweat, enough blood and tears, when you get to the place, there's no more pain that could possibly come that's going to make me quit. I don't care what it is. I'm going to take any pain. I think that's when you pass the test, and that's when providence can come in. Providence won't come in until you pass the test. And I call providence the unexpected, unreasonable to ask for success.
Yeah. Tim said that's a question nobody can answer because nobody knows. Nobody knows but you.
But you know for yourself.
Nobody knows but you. And you don't even know it until you're up against it.
Yeah. You won't even know it until you're up against it. Say it, baby.
You don't even know it until you are up against it. It is.
Brown says it takes clarity and will. A lot of that, though. Okay.
Yeah.
And strength.
I almost would say, yeah, but it does. It takes clarity. It takes will. It takes determination. It takes patience.
Patience.
And
how many entrepreneurs?
Funding.
And it takes money. It takes money to buy that TV set. It takes money for gas on your car. Well, you don't know about that rap right there. But it does take money. But when I was struggling, it took me 4 tries to make my entrepreneurial vision stick. 4 tries. That means I failed at it 3 times. Trying to go full-time in entrepreneurship, I failed at it 3 times, and I had to go back to a job 3 different times. And I promise you, every time that I had to put my dream down and go get a real job to support everything, I personally, at least I don't like when I say this story here, but I personally felt defeated. I felt less than. I felt like a dog with his tail between his legs. I got to go get a job because I couldn't make it out there.
Again, I think that's the difference between fathers and mothers.
Okay, yeah, but that's how I felt.
I understand. You have the right to all of your feelings. Anybody trying to take them from you?
But then I would go back into a job and I would do well. And this is the track I took, and then I would always be in sales because that's what I love. I take a sales job and I end up becoming the top salesperson, then becoming the sales manager and doing trainings. And then my confidence level will get bolstered again. When I go to the job, my confidence level was low because I couldn't make it on my own. But then when my confidence level gets bolstered again, I feel confident again. I wanted to try it again. Look, I can make this thing work. And I wasn't afraid of it. I went for it full board. Boom, let's make this happen, Captain. And same thing happened. I failed again. So I went through that journey myself.
You didn't fail. Those were steps along the journey.
Yes, and that's the mature way of looking at it. When I was in the moment, I couldn't make it stick. I was trying to. And even, I'm going to tell you this other thing, too, as an entrepreneur. Vic. Good morning, Vic. There are seasons as an entrepreneur where you could do everything right. And it still not work.
Good morning, Pamela Coleman. She says, fail means first attempt in learning.
Amen.
So our pain threshold should be high.
Amen.
End is not the end. In fact, END means effort never dies.
Thank you for that entry, Pamela Coleman. That's beautiful. You make me want to call out Sporty King. Get in here. Sporty King, Sporty King, Sporty King. But that's right, Pamela. First attempts. Tamara Perry. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Tam? Tam knew me when I was 26, 27, 28 years old. And I was not nearly as mellow as I am right now. Tam knew me when I was a bear.
Bless your heart.
She was on my sales force. Tell him, Tam, I was a nice guy back then. People have told me stories about me back then. Woo! How you doing, my sister? She goes, absolutely true. Your wife is correct. Yes, she is correct. She's 100% correct. No doubt about that. She's 100% correct. Yes. And Tamara also says yes. And LOL. She remembered I was a little bit of a bear back then.
Tim goes on to say, absolutely. I'm telling you, the reason why we're being transparent is because it is so important that, you know what? I actually want to take that back. But I think that it is sometimes important for the entrepreneurial life not to be glamorized.
Yeah. We should do a workshop on that. The not so glamorous side of entrepreneurialism. Tim Cummins says Brian was the man back then.
Tim, don't do it. Don't do it.
I can chuckle at that because I go through seasons. Okay, I'm gonna tell you when I failed the most. Typically, when I started to fail the most is when I got really, really full of myself. Okay, when I was like, I'm the man, so much so that I can make anything happen, and I started getting my chest swelled up and my head gets big, And I'm thinking that everything is happening just because I'm so great. And when that happened to me in my career is when I typically had a big fall.
Wow.
Okay, yes. Tamara would know, she knows. She goes, yes, he was. I was the man back then, but I was studying my butt off. I was working late. I was working early and late. I was putting in the time. I was reading every day.
You still do that.
I still do that. Yes, that's true. But then was my developmental stage. Okay, when I was doing that with them, and I had low tolerance for bull. I was just going. I was just going. Yeah, we did do well at Quality Home Improvement. We did. We set sales records there. We made a lot of money there. I made a lot of money there. I fired a lot of people. I hired a lot of people. I did a lot of training. And I always look back at those times, Tam, because I did that work for 12 years. For 12 years, I worked without a net on a job. If my people didn't produce, I was a sales manager. If I couldn't get my people to sell well, I didn't eat. Okay.
Wow.
And to compensate that, I made sales myself too. Okay. Pamela Howard says humble development. Yeah. Yes, that's right. So this is good. We're talking about iron sharpening iron. We talk about the first day of summer. We're talking about living your life. All of that we're talking about. Living your life. Thank you, sir. And it becomes a part of who you are. Tim Covington, he's my cousin. He says he taught me a lot. Thank you, Tim. He's my younger cousin. Okay.
Emma said that was her first job. Quality Home Improvement was her first job in North Carolina.
And that's a really, really tough job to have as a first job anywhere. Moving to a new city, a new state, that's stressful enough.
Hey, Pamela, good morning.
Straight commission job where you have to go to someone's home to make a sale. And we operated back then on a one call, once closed situation. That means you only got one shot at it. You had to close that night. That's a tough job. I didn't realize it back then, Tam, but I probably had my head down and wouldn't have realized it even if you told me. Even if you told me. But back then.
But iron really does sharpen iron. And I think that the adversity does bring about the awareness of some strengths that we may not have become aware of if we had not. Tamara says phone leads. That's right. Make them phone calls. Get in the door.
Well, she wasn't a telemarketer. She was actually going out in the field.
Yes. With phone leads.
With phone leads. Yes. Yep. That's what she did. It was tough. Ugh. I look back on that, man. Oh, I apologize, Tam. It was tough.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. But every job after that is easier. Who's this here? Facebook user. This is Mark Greer. Good morning, sir. He goes, I'm going to have to do this in the Mark Greer stylings. What I'm about to do is the way I perceive Mark Greer's voice. Okay. I'm not mocking him. I'm doing it in what I do it the way I imagine him saying it.
In an admirable way.
Mark Greer. Good morning, folks.
Excuse me.
One day after Juneteenth, time to free yourself from the mental slavery so many have fallen prey to. Today is the day to free your mind. You might be amazed at what happens. Mark Greer.
Free your mind.
And the rest will follow. Yeah.
Be colorblind. You're colorblind. Don't be so shallow.
I once saw this clip where Stevie Wonder stubbed his toe on the corner of a table. And he got really, really angry that he stubbed his toe on the corner of a table. As a matter of fact, he was in a blind rage.
I knew it. I knew
You
it.
knew what?
I knew that a dad joke was coming.
You knew a dad joke was coming?
Yes, I knew it. And there's nothing, as you all can see, there's nothing that I can do to stop that.
I gotta get it. Oh, that's hilarious. You know it was funny. You're supposed to just laugh at it.
No. Yes, Crystal said, I knew something silly was coming. Pamela said, keep your day job.
Oh my goodness.
Bill Brown says, you're not right, my friend. You're not right. He's not right. He's not right in the head.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to keep my day job as the sales confidence coach. But if you don't like dad jokes, maybe there's something wrong with you.
Maybe something's wrong with you.
All right, we got to get to the cards now. Crystal Blake said, I saw something silly was coming.
Yes.
Hey, Lisa.
No.
What kind of pictures do teeth take?
What kind of pictures do teeth take?
Toothpicks.
It's supposed to be
Just don't sing. Yeah, I'm not a singer, but we're going to do our greeting songs in about 10 minutes, actually, 8 to 10 minutes. Right now, Lisa in her loving hand is looking through the beauty cards, and we're going to select one. We typically do it around 9:30. She found a card. What you got?
This is the beauty cards card, Ordinary Magic. Ordinary Magic.
Ordinary Magic. Okay.
Ordinary Magic. You know, I have really got a problem with the fact that people have a problem with the word magic.
Okay.
I got a problem.
You got a problem with the fact that they have a problem with the word magic.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary. I think it's a waste of energy. But anyway, the world is filled with magic and delight. And I think that's the problem they have with the word magic, is that when we think of miracles, we ascribe miracles only to God. And when we think of magic, we ascribe magic to sleight of hand
or tricky or
trickery.
Underhanded. Or...
Yeah, but that's not what I mean when I say magic. I love magic. The world is filled with magic and delight. What seems ordinary becomes extraordinary. Open your eyes and your heart to the ordinary magic of your everyday life. Ordinary magic.
Ordinary. Extraordinary is just ordinary who stuck around a little bit longer. That's right. Yes. Yes.
A little extra.
Extraordinary.
A little extra.
Because we are really just ordinary people.
Extraordinary.
Well, we're ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. Yes, Lisa, we are ordinary people. Maybe we should just take it slow.
Prayer and supplication.
Take it slow. Oh. William Brown says, love it. My life is magic.
It's magic.
We're ordinary people. We don't know which way to go.
Take it slow. Wow.
This time we'll take it slow because we're ordinary people.
Take it slow.
So back to the lecture at hand. Living your life.
Slow.
Now here, how about this?
Slow.
Someone that's obviously, let me say this too. The reason why I kept trying again, it took me 4 tries. I had, especially the last time I quit my job and went into my business. The last time I did it, when I resolved, it was a very real feeling in my belly. I felt like I was pregnant. Okay. It was like a churning, and every day I was thinking about being in my business for myself, even though I wasn't doing any of it. Okay. I wasn't coaching anybody. I wasn't training anybody. But if someone at a party or a casual setting asked me what I do, I would say I was a sales coach or a sales trainer. And it just flew out of my mouth. Okay. Because that's what I always said. And one time someone says, what do you do for a living? I'm a sales trainer. Now, I wasn't doing it. Okay. But that's what I wanted to get back. I had been a sales trainer before, and I wanted to get back to it again. It flew out of my mouth. And then I caught myself. Why did I say that? Why did I say I'm a sales trainer? I wasn't training anybody. Why did I say that? And I didn't even think about it until I thought afterwards, why did I say that? It's because I saw myself that way. I saw myself like that. And it was a pain. Every day I had to clock into that thing. Every day I had to clock in. I hated it because I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do my thing. And it got to be painful. The pain of birth. I had to get this thing out of me. I had to go. I had to go and do my own thing. And I couldn't, it was almost like I couldn't live without it. Okay. Do you want to make a comment before I go to Mark? Okay. Mark Greer says, iron sharpens iron. We're going to talk about this at the men's meeting tonight. And one man sharpens another. No doubt. Isolated iron will remain dull. It takes two pieces of iron. The beautiful thing is both pieces of iron are sharpened as a result of the process. Tim Covington says, amen. Tonight, the men's meeting, that's what we're going to talk about. How iron sharpens iron, how men need men. We're going to talk about that tonight at 7 p.m. at the men's meeting. MaleEmpowermentNetworks.com.
Absolutely. You can go to MaleEmpowermentNetworks.com to join the meeting or to join the mailing list. And you can come to WomenEmpowermentNetworks.com and just register for tonight or future meetings and get added to the list. Be sure to do so. And those links are in the description.
Amen. Amen. Living your life. I really want to go there some more today. Grand Rising, Sister Felicia. What does it mean to you to live your life? My cousin Tim, I've been teasing him this morning, but I admire him really. I'm a big fan of Tim. He has a beautiful home. He has beautiful cars. He's got a beautiful motorcycle. He's got a trailer home. He's got an attachment to his home with his pool table he built himself. He didn't build the pool table, he built the shed. He lives his life. He's always maintained degrees of entrepreneurialism as well as degrees of stability. He's always done both. Okay. He's always, even as a teenager, Tim was not the one to waste money. Okay. Even as a kid, he didn't waste money on stuff. He was always pedantic. He was always a thinker and he was always controlled. He wasn't the kind of guy that would get $100 and blow it. Okay. He was never that guy. Okay. And because of that, he's got all his toys now as a grown man. You know, something to admire to me. You know, good job, Tim. And I do admire that about him. You know, he was much more stable then. You know, he would think out stuff. You know, he wasn't going to get crazy with any situation. You know, remind me a lot of my son, Daz. No matter what in so much of life, we've said it before, you've heard it said before, life is how you take it, much more so than what it is. My son Daz can see all kinds of craziness going all around him, but he's not going to panic. My son Daz, he'll look at the craziness and make it make sense. Okay. Tim is like that. You're very welcome, Tim. That's what I saw even as a kid. Okay. And into your adult life. And yeah, I'm not gonna mess with him no more about that. I was about to make another joke, but I'm gonna let it go right. It's now 9:41. Now I know Tim has asked me twice in this broadcast not to sing, but too bad. Because what we do at 9:41 is we like to thank our consistent contributors to the show with a greeting song or a greeting logo. And this show's been going on since October of 2016. That's right. October of 2016. We've been doing this show Monday through Friday.
Who's the Facebook user? Oh, it's Mark.
Yes. But get rid of that. Okay.
I will. I'm trying to, but I can't. And I wasn't going to sweat it.
Okay. All right, cool. So anyway, thank you. So anyway,
so easily distracted.
Well, it's in front of my face. Okay, so anyway, what's up, man? Devon, how you doing, man? So this show's been going on Monday through Friday since October of 2016. Many of you guys have been rocking with us for years, and many of you guys are consistent contributors, and we'd like to thank you for that. And the way we thank you is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. So if this is your first time here, if you don't know what we talked about here, just bear with it. But we're going to go to the front, to the top of the list first.
Read Mark's
Mark Greer, excuse me. Mark Greer says, it's the same way for the women also. One sister picks up another sister. As a result, both are elevated. Amen.
Amen.
Felicia says,
living my life is creating a space where my quality life represents my accomplishments and peace as I continue to live. It only gets better.
amen. Go to the top,
Amen.
please.
I can't run up there.
I knew it.
You knew what? I was
You didn't have to say nothing.
Yeah, but I can't.
You didn't have to say nothing.
But it's a free country.
You could have just went.
And it's a free country. Good morning, Glenda, my dear.
Glenda Tate Williams has a greeting song. She's been rocking with us for years. Her song is
Glenda's riding on the freeway and make up in her pink Cadillac.
Good morning, Sister Glenda. How you doing? Sister Crystal Blake has a greeting song too. She's been a consistent contributor to the show. She has a greeting song and it goes, Crystal Blake is in the air. Crystal Blake is everywhere. Helping families ensure their needs. Crystal Blake will do it with ease. That's our girl, Crystal Blake. Who's next? William Brown has a song as well. Good morning to our friend Bill. Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. That's right. He is our friend. Our friend Bill Brown. Good morning to you, sir. Who's next? Let's see. We've got the song. Pamela Coleman. Didn't we come on with Pamela?
I think so.
What was her song?
Pamela Hope. It was Hope.
Pamela, give us a prompt for your song. I know we found one for you, but I need to keep it in my head more. So if you remember the prompt for it, give us a star. We'll get it.
Hope makes me happy.
Yeah. Pamela makes me. We had the song Happy, but what was the thing? Pamela Howard, help us find a song for you. You've been contributing often. Mark Greer has a jam too. Mark Greer's jam is so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's Mark Greer. That's his jam.
Absolutely.
Tim, if you keep coming here, man, you'll get a greeting song too. And then let me see you say stop singing. Felicia has a song.
Felicia, we love you. You're the one for me.
You had a little extra on that, girl.
You usually come in on that part.
You're the one for me. What's up, Felicia? How you doing? Did we get everybody?
I think so.
We got everyone that had a greeting song. Now, if y'all thought that was silly, I thought that was cool. If you want one, just keep coming back and sometimes help us find a song. Okay.
Felicia said, Lisa, your dress is very pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I think I have to take it in though.
Take it in where?
So it doesn't
fall off you.
I can practically step out of it.
Okay. Don't step out your clothes on live on the show, baby.
I'm not.
You'll get a different kind of fan. Come along with Pamela, cause hope makes her happy. Come along with Pamela, who helps one person every day. Okay, we got to find the rhythm in that. But come along with Pamela because she makes you happy.
Cause, not because.
Cause.
Come along with Pamela because hope makes her happy.
No, not her. Makes her happy. We got to find it. It's in there. But we're using the song Happy by Pharrell to come with Pamela Coleman's jam. And her acronym is HOPE. Help one person every day. So someone that maybe can help us find it, make it make sense better. And because you got some amazing people on here.
Dr. Deborah's got to get used to getting up early because I'm missing her song. And we're missing Dr. Beverly as well this morning, as well as Melissa and a few others.
Yeah.
But I am grateful that you all chose to join us today.
Live your life. We had an interesting conversation today on this show about the entrepreneurial versus not entrepreneurial life. What do you tell someone when they come to you and say, I want to be an entrepreneur just like you, Brian, or just like you, Lisa? What do you tell them when that happens? We want to be helpful. We don't want to be discouraging, but we got to be real too.
Yeah, I'm always encouraging. I'm always inspiring. And so I have to say sometimes it's difficult because as much as I am encouraging, I also have this throwback to grounding. Like, not that you're not going to make it, but maybe that this is not the season. And I think that that's difficult because I don't want to be that person.
When I tried the first time, went to visit the first time, I had a wife and kids and a mortgage and car payments. And when I told it to my pastor, he says, "Have you already decided to do it?" I says, "Yes, Pastor." He goes, "Good. Now go make it work." That was his counsel to me. If you've already decided to do this, good. Now go make it work. And the way I took it as, that means go do whatever you got to do to make this thing work. Yep, that's what he said to me. Pastor Paul L. Anderson, great counselor, in my opinion. Yeah, go make it work.
Absolutely.
And in making it work, and this is another thing, entrepreneurs, sometimes, very often, making it work don't look like what you thought it was going to look like in the beginning.
Yeah.
It changes, and sometimes you'll think this is what you want your business to be, but your marketplace will tell you, yeah, I know that's what you wanted to, but we want this from you.
Right.
And then you have to do this so that you can get the money. Okay. So that's the other thing. Entrepreneurs have to be adaptable. We got 2 minutes left in the show, maybe. The corridor principle. The corridor principle. You're starting at the one end of the hallway. Your goal is at the other end of the hallway, the long hallway. Mm-hmm. And then there's doors on either side of the hallway. All the doors are open to you. And as you start walking, as you start heading towards your goal, you'll be able to see inside this one room. That looks interesting in there. I might have some fun in there. I might make some money in there. Let me go in this room a little bit for a while. And sometimes you go in that room for a little while, and then you get back on course heading towards your original goal.
But sometimes you get in that room and realize that this is the place that you would have never discovered had you not started walking.
And maybe this is better. And sometimes it is.
And maybe this is actually where you were supposed to have been heading all along.
But you would have never found it unless you had a goal to move towards. That's it. You got to take those steps. Tim Covington says you can't give up.
You cannot give up.
Yeah, you can't.
You've got to persist.
Until. If at first you don't succeed, I can't say it. Just keep right on until you do succeed. It's time for us to get out of here, y'all.
You need a nap and you just woke up.
I don't need a nap.
You need a reset.
I got work to do.
Good gracious.
It's time for us to get to work, y'all. God bless you guys. This is Tuesday, the third Tuesday of the calendar month, the first day of summer. Make it mean something. Make it significant for you today.
See you tonight at 7 p.m. I'm actually going to double dip. I'm going to have a little women's empowerment with my friend, oh my goodness, Pamela's sister.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I know who Pamela's sister?
Of course you do.
You're talking about
her name just escaped me.
Yeah, you're talking about Leanne.
Yes, I'm gonna hang out with Leanne today at 11:30, have a little women's empowerment.
All right, cool. Y'all take it easy.
And don't forget to have sex.
That's